Looking ahead, let's look back on some political memory lane. The handshake between President Uhuru Kenyatta and ODM's Raila Odinga was conceived to bridge the political divide created after bruising 2017 electoral campaign and election. Yet, 4 years down the line, the series of events that followed that truce has changed the country's political dynamic. From a contested proposal to change the constitution to entrenching wider cracks in the political sphere, the handshake's future hangs in the balance as the country stares at uncertain political directions after the August polls. Zainab Ismail interrogates this on this fourth handshake anniversary.
It is perhaps the most memorable image of the March 9th deal between President Uhuru Kenyatta and ODM leader Raila Odinga 4 years ago. The two main political rivals stood abreast outside Harambee House and announced a truce after a protracted and controversial presidential election. What followed next was a political warfare that refashioned the battle between Deputy President William Ruto, ODM leader Raila Odinga, and their henchmen.
Kama sio kuungana na kufanya kazi na wenzetu across the political divide, mengi ambaye tumetimiza hatungeweza kutimiza. Kwa sababu nchi ambaye kazi yake ni siasa 24/7, masaa ya kazi na maendeleo yapo wapi?
Tutaki serikali ambayo Uhuru anatuambia amestaafu, lakini ameshika remote control. Akiambia Raila enda left, Raila anafanya left. Akifinya button right, Raila enda right. Akisema jump, Raila anaruka. Akisema pause, Raila ana pause. Hapana serikali kama hiyo.
Today, the leader of the opposition is a project of the system and the deep state of government. And unfortunately, the leader of what is supposed to be the ruling party is actually a squatter, or is it a refugee in the opposition party?
But the question of President Uhuru Kenyatta's role in the handshake post the August 9 polls has come to the fore, with the DP's camp holding the position that President Uhuru Kenyatta's endorsement of Raila Odinga was more about power transfer and not about restoring peace.
Hata nikisema mimi nafanya kazi na ndugu yangu Raila Odinga, mimi sifanyi kazi kwa sababu nataka yeye awe rais. Mimi nafanya kazi na yeye kwa sababu nataka pamoja tuunde amani ya taifa la Kenya.
The principles, both the president and Raila Odinga told us the handshake had nothing to do with the election. It appears that they both lied to us. It appears that the handshake has everything to do with the election. Exactly, the handshake appears to be a tool for the sitting president to manage his own succession.
The fate of the BBI bill, born of the handshake, which comprised a raft of proposed constitutional amendments, now lies in the hands of the Supreme Court judges.
There is a degree of dishonesty here because the handshake brought the BBI. We know that in 97% of the BBI, other than the Prime Minister and the expansion of Parliament, can be done through legislation. Yes. When the court blocked it, they should have moved to Parliament and implement the legislative agenda contained in the BBI. So meaning that the BBI was also not really honest. They simply wanted the offices of the Prime Minister and the 2 deputies and the expansion of Parliament.
Just precisely how the handshake will look post the polls will depend on who the political pendulum will favor.
Unless somehow the president gets in good counsel and then decides not to interfere too much with the electoral process, we could be ended to another handshake. So what it takes is one of them to say the election was not fair, I'm not accepting it, and we are back where we started.
Zainab Ismail, NTV.